Got a hankering for a hamburger? Hold your horses, because these U.S. regions have put a killer twist on an old favorite. The name Frita Cubana might suggest that this burger started its journey in Cuba, but it gained momentum and found its spiritual home in Florida. It's assumed that the first Cuban versions appeared in Havana at the beginning of the 20th century. They were originally sold by street vendors and were meant to act as a quick and convenient snack on the go. Eventually, the Frita Cubana became something of a rarity in its homeland, but the burger style soon resurfaced in the States. The first Frita shop was opened in 1961 by Dagoberto Estevil, with many others following suit. In Miami, the classic Cuban Frita boasts a well-seasoned beef patty nestled inside a Cuban roll, topped with onions and stringy fried potatoes. Variations will sometimes add pork or chorizo to the beef patty, and most versions will include a splash of tomato-based sauce. The Juicy Lucy is one of the best-known regional burgers out there. This Minneapolis legend has been around for over 70 years, and it could be argued that it's the cheesiest burger ever created in the U.S. In its basic form, the Juicy Lucy consists of a thick beef patty stuffed with cheese. As the meat is grilled, the cheese heats up and melts, offering an oozing spectacle as you cut through the patty. This burger does not call for any elaborate additions or condiments, but fried onions and pickles are usually offered as an optional add-on. As is usually the case with these legendary dishes, the origin of Juicy Lucy is disputed. It almost certainly originated in Minneapolis, but two local joints can't seem to agree on who was the first to put it on their menu. The late Matt Bristol, who used to run Matt's Bar, claimed he made the original version. Meanwhile, a local bar called the 5-8 Club claims to be the true home of the Juicy Lucy, although they can't corroborate the person who first made it or when the dish was created.
Here's the cheese, there she flows.
Regardless, this cheese-stuffed variation is the ultimate Minneapolis burger and should find itself high on the must-eat list of every fast food fan. The Guberburger is a peanut butter burger from the small town of Sedalia, Missouri. It was created at a local burger joint called the Wheel Inn, which sadly no longer exists. The legend of the Guberburger lives on, however. At first glance, the Guberburger resembles your classic American burger. It consists of a bun topped with beef patty and can include pretty much any of your typical garnishes. But that's where the similarities end. As it grills, the Guberburger's patty is smothered in melted peanut butter, while the top bun is coated with Miracle Whip, although mayonnaise is often used instead. Despite the closure of the Wheel Inn in 2013, some local restaurants continue to serve this regional specialty. The name Guber or Goober is one of the colloquial terms used as a reference for peanuts and derives from the African term nguba, which translates as peanut. Oklahoma's onion burger enjoys a strong rep outside the state's borders, and it's easy to understand why it became such a coveted combination. This burger stands out not only for the addition of onions, but the cooking technique itself, which dictates that the onions are nestled under the patty as it grills, allowing the meat and caramelized onion to blend into a perfect medley. The burger is made with a classic bun, and American cheese is the only additional element usually included, although pickles and a touch of mustard are hardly considered blasphemous. Local lore claims that the onion burger first appeared in Oklahoma sometime in the 1920s, during the Great Depression. The onions were supposedly added to the patty to stretch the meat during those difficult times, but it proved to be a winning combination. Today, it remains as one of the must-try specialties in Oklahoma. The Butter Burger is an original Wisconsin creation. Though the term can refer to a burger where butter has been added to the patty, for the Wisconsinites it means that the sandwich itself has been topped with a generous slab of butter. As the burger is still steaming hot, the butter will melt on the sides, creating a buttery puddle on the bottom of your plate. Wisconsin is known for its milk products, so it's perhaps no surprise that the Butter Burger originated in the state affectionately called the Dairyland. Most agree that the first Butter Burger was dished out in 1936 at Soli's Grill, when this Milwaukee location was still known as Soli's Coffee Shop. You can still buy the original Butter Burger at Sully's, where they serve it on a toasted bun with a heap of stewed onions. But the combo is not exclusively made here. You'll easily find renditions of the classic Butter Burger in numerous other diners and burger joints, though the word is that the version served at Sully's is unparalleled.
So, Jerry, when you take a bite out of that burger, what do you feel?
Frisky.
The Fluff Screamer is a burger that's just as weird as the name suggests. If you haven't guessed already, this burger uses the feather-light marshmallow spread as a garnish on top of the patty. The name Screamer is inspired by the burger's use of chili paste. The original elements inside the Screamer include a burger patty, sliced onion, a heap of house-made spicy sauce, some butter, cheese, and a dollop of marshmallow spread. The combination was invented in Tony's Lunch, an unassuming burger joint in Girardville, Pennsylvania. This place has been operating since the 1940s, and although it once changed hands from the original proprietors, it still bears the name of its founder. Tony's Lunch is best known for this quirky invention, which was apparently inspired by a local teen who wouldn't stop asking for marshmallow cream on her burger. Her request was initially rejected, but the servers eventually agreed to proceed with the order, and the combo unexpectedly became a customer favorite, and later a local tradition. As its name suggests, the chili burger uses chili as the star ingredient. Though there is consensus that the chili burger was invented in California, there are several accounts of who introduced it to the public. Though some reference Tomaine Tommy's as the creator of this dish, most agree that the title belongs to the original Tommy's, a local institution opened in 1946 by Tom Kulaks. What started as a single shack in Los Angeles soon expanded into a local chain currently operating approximately 30 locations throughout California and Nevada. Tommy's enduring popularity is proved by the fact that many competitors still try to imitate it by using similar names and decor. At the time of a Los Angeles Times article in 2019, 67 locations in LA County used a similar name and approach as Tommy's.
Why do you like Tommy's so much?
They're the best in town, end of story.
And you said you've been coming here since you were a kid?
Since I was about 5 years old.
In case you're wondering, a chili burger is your classic beef patty burger simply served with a ladle of beef chili. Maybe it's not the prettiest burger in the world, but it sure does taste good. They may sound similar, but the green chili cheeseburger from New Mexico is nothing like a chili burger. This regional variation stands out for the sweet and spicy roasted green chilies stacked inside the bun. New Mexico is known for its chili peppers, especially the ones harvested in the Hatch Valley. The first local strains were developed in the 19th century, and the chiles now present a vital regional cultivar that is an integral part of the local economy. As the peppers have such a long history in the state, it's only logical that they were eventually added to the burgers. It is estimated that the first versions appeared sometime in the 1920s following the opening of Route 66. The place most often labeled as the original location is the Owl Bar and Cafe, located in San Antonio. Reportedly, the custom was to order some chile on the side with the burger order, but due to lack of clean dishes, the peppers were later added directly to the burger. The tradition has stuck ever since. This is a cheeseburger with a flexible list of ingredients, so expect to find numerous variations in regional substyles, with each burger joint dishing its signature version. However, a beef patty, gooey cheese, and smoky peppers are the key ingredients. If you try looking up the Nutburger, you'll likely find a long list of burgers that use nuts as the base for the patty. However, Montana's Nutburger is an entirely different beast. This version features a classic beef patty tucked inside a burger bun, topped by a unique garnish sauce that combines crushed peanuts and Miracle Whip. The Nutburger was created at Matt's Place, a local spot in Butte, Montana, that opened in 1930. This joint changed owners a while later, but kept its name and old-school decor. Sadly, the restaurant is now permanently closed, but the legend of the quirky Nutburger lives on. You won't find many burgers more controversial than the steamed cheeseburger.
You call hamburgers steamed hams?
Yes, it's a regional dialect.
Uh-huh.
A burger that isn't grilled? You heard right. And this is how they roll in central Connecticut, where steamed burgers first gained momentum. Sometimes called a cheeseburger, this steamed burger doesn't diverge much from the classic version, at least in terms of ingredients. The typical cheeseburger will consist of a soft burger bun topped with a beef patty and adorned with a slice of melted steamed cheese and toppings such as lettuce, tomato, and optional condiments. The patties for this burger, however, are steamed in special containers in which the meat is suspended in or over water. As the steam is released, the patties are slowly cooked. Though this burger misses out on the charred appeal of an ordinary burger, it does compensate with concentrated flavors and impressive juiciness. It's also worth mentioning that this is by far the healthiest way to prepare a burger. The Luther Burger is an over-the-top version that uses donuts instead of the classic burger bun. Usually, hefty Krispy Kreme glazed donuts make the base, but a classic butter-enriched brioche is sometimes used instead. The remaining ingredients inside the Luther are traditional: a grilled beef patty, a slice or two of American cheese, and some crispy fried bacon. The origin of the Luther Burger is still not entirely clear. A popular legend says that the famous R&B singer Luther Vandross was the first to come up with the combo, but this information has never been corroborated. Paula Deen has also been credited as the inventor, but as her sons later confirmed, Deen first saw the recipe at a minor league baseball event and simply recreated it on TV.
What does it taste like?
It's right to heaven.
The most likely story attributes the invention to Mulligan's Bar in Georgia, which sadly closed in 2006. The Midwest has its fair share of quirky food combinations, and the olive burger is no different. As you may guess from the name, olives are the star ingredient in this burger combo. The dish is assembled on a classic burger bun and made with a standard beef patty that is grilled until it's caramelized. The sandwich usually includes cheese and mayonnaise, with a heap of chopped olives stacked on top of the meat. Olive brine is also often added to the burger and used as a sauce-like condiment, sometimes mixed with mayonnaise. The Michigan-style olive burger most likely originated in Flint, but these days, Lansing and Grand Rapids seem to be the go-to places to get the best version around. Though the olive burger combination might sound strange, the flavors no doubt work together, as the burger remains an ultimate favorite among locals. And that appeal goes far beyond the Midwest too, as an olive burger from Weston's Kewpie was crowned as Best in Show at a recent Miami Burger Festival. Clearly, there's more to do with this than local pride. Oklahoma's contribution to the list of American regional burgers is the Theta Burger, a simple, unpretentious burger that combines a typical beef patty with shredded cheese and pickles. The condiments include mayonnaise as a classic option and hickory sauce as the local addition that makes this specialty truly special. Like many other regional burgers, it's difficult to pinpoint where and when this burger originated, but it has been a staple in the region for decades. The most popular local lore says that the first version was assembled sometime in the 1930s at the now-defunct Town Tavern in Norman, Oklahoma. It's said that the owner, Ralph Geist, wanted to speed up the ordering process for the members of the Kappa Alpha Theta sorority by creating a burger with a number of set ingredients.